First of all, congratulations on becoming granddad again. But it's been a bit of a rocky ride this last week or so, hasn't it?
Absolutely, it's been a bit of a white knuckle ride. We've had a lot to deal with this week, but we've come out on the brighter side due to the professionalism of Holiday Hospital in Liverpool. They're the best children's hospital in all the country, if not the world. They've been really magnificent, and they have basically saved her life because she was dead for 3 minutes, and they brought her back. And it's onwards upwards from today when we speak today. But all respect in the world to Holiday. Without those kind of people, we can't function. I've been there a few days now. I see firsthand the pain, the stress of people. It's another world, and we've got to be so lucky and grateful that, when we go to work every day, we come back, we moan about our day at work's been bad. Once you've had a few hours there, you realise what life's about. And I've learnt one thing about people, especially children: resilience. They've had open heart surgery, babies 2 years old. And they're walking around, they're playing with books and pencils, playing with balls, and absolutely amazing. My hat goes off to them, and we have raised a lot of money for them within 2 days. Me and Tyson done a fundraiser for them, and we've raised a lot of money for them. So people just keep give what you can to Alder Children's Hospital. They need it. We need those people.
Yeah,
Thank you all.
Yes, indeed. Those pictures that Tyson put on social media was quite worrying for everybody who saw those. And
absolutely. We thought at one stage we were going to lose a sort of thing, but like I say, it's all been good due to the professional of the doctors and the surgeons, whoever works there. Amazing people. They're amazing. That's all I can say about them.
Well, all I can say is it's great to have some positive news on that front, and I know straight after here you're going straight back to the hospital.
Straight to the hospital, yeah.
And how was Tyson through this? Because he's had, as well as this, which is obviously horrific, he's also had the issue with COVID, the fight being off. How's he been?
Well, it's just been back-to-back problems for him. But like I say, he's shown a lot of character, a lot of resilience, and I know one thing Tyson can do: he can cope under pressure. And like I said to him there, I said, look, lad, let's just leave it to the professionals. We won't give up. We'll keep batting forward. And I kept saying, she'll be okay. And he said, you know what, Dad, you've not been wrong yet. And here we are today. She died. She's got, even when he come back to me and he went like that with his hands, I still wouldn't have it. I said, no. And then the doctor come out a minute after saying, we've got her back. So it was a miracle. But without them doctors, they can't perform. They can perform miracles, and without them, there's no miracles. But yeah, I do think she's turned a corner now, and she can only get better from here on.
Oh, that's great news. From your own experience, because Tyson was like tiny, wasn't he, when he was born?
Yeah, I've been in his position, which I think that's helped him. Whilst I've been there, he knows the grief I've had over the past years of my life with the same sort of thing, But I was unlucky, I lost a child, and times have moved on since then. Technology is better, people have learnt more, people have invested more, and we can only get bigger and better in the medical world. Well, it's proven it every day.
And one thing that must be nice for you is to have Tyson back home again. I know, when he's in America, you always say, like with all your boys, you like to be there to keep an eye on them, and now he's back again, and God willing, this situation with his child improves in the next week or so, and then I guess he's got to turn his attention back to this fight in October.
Yes, where we're at the moment with the boxing world, I don't think he's thinking about it too much at the minute.
No, of course.
But Tyson's one of them. He's had 2 training camps. Even though he's not fought, he's had 2 camps. So he's semi-fit already, and he doesn't need that length of time. He doesn't need the 8 or 10 weeks because he's already been training. What I think he needed more than a training session was rest. Unfortunately, it wasn't envisaged at all what's happened with his child. We just thought we were going to have a normal birth, not on with the next job, move straight into camp next week and get on with it from there. But you know what? Tyson, he'll flip that switch again and be the Tyson. He won't be the father, he won't be the son, he won't be the husband. He'll be a fighting monster again. And that's what he does, flips a switch and gets on with it.
Yeah, it does. We're all here for the same reason. We all love boxing, we all love the sport, but of course, things are much bigger than boxing. The trouble that Tyson's had with his child the last few weeks, it's much bigger. So it almost feels a bit strange and a bit off to talk about boxing. But I guess, this fight is happening on October the 9th, having been delayed, 2 or 3 times now. Is your feeling that it is going to go ahead now as planned?
As long as the baby comes out of this okay and things go normally, Yes. But let me tell you this much. Nobody could expect a boxing match to go on in times like this. You know, because family's family, business is business, sport. But when it comes down to family, they're the first and foremost at the front of the queue. And without family, you can't function right. You know, so your family's got to be intact. Because if you're an happy family man, you know things are right at home, you're going to perform right yourself. You know, I'm his dad, he's here now. I don't care what those people say and what they don't say. If problems persist, we will cancel a fight. I'll cancel a fight because nobody would expect it, you know, to people to perform under these duress circumstances. So we know what we're doing. We want to fight Wilder, and hopefully he gets his daughter back home. Everything runs smoothly. We start camp, I think, on the 14th or 15th, and let's just see where we go. But if it's not right, it's not right. And I'm not like those people in America who will force the issue, because I don't care about nobody. When it comes down to my children and my grandkids and stuff like that, immediate blood kin, they come first. You know, I said to him last night, it's only a boxing match. Let people wait. You go when you're ready, not when they go. You know, they work for you, not the other way around. You're the best in the world. You're the champion. We want to keep winning. We don't want to make any mistakes. And we don't want to start training under duress stress. It can't be done. I wouldn't allow it anyways, his dad. Wouldn't allow it. And he's in England now. He's not in the Devil's Playground now. He's at home where I can see what he's doing. But I've just got to chip away at Tyson. Because over the last few years, I had a lot of people blowing smoke up his backside, saying he's this, saying he's that. You see, people are not going to tell you the truth because they're frightened of being sacked. They're going to say, Tyson, you're doing wrong. You're doing this, you're doing that. Because they want to keep the job. And them kind of people, they won't keep a champion on top because they're worried about their own ends. But you can't blame them. It's not the son, it's not the brother, it's not a blood kin, it's not a family relative. So they're just thinking of the money. Money don't come into it with me. It's about winning and staying on top. And I don't care. If he fights Wilder next year or he never fights him, timing's got to be right. Timing is everything, you know. But the only problem is inactivity. If Tyson had been active, he could have fought Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder on the same night. But circumstances, the world, COVID-19, stuff like that, we can't help the way the dice fall, can we? So we've just got to carry on, put our best foot forward and go when we're ready. And believe me, we'll do, and not before. If I didn't think to do it anyway. But who knows? They might get in his head. Kidology, getting back in America. You know, but let me tell you, like I said to him the other night, you go back to America half-cocked and your belt stays there. And that's the truth, because I'm a realist. You don't do it right, the belt's staying in America. I know he flattened him last time, he busted him last time. Let me tell you, without proper preparation and your mindset, anything can go wrong. And Deontay Wilder's still the most dangerous heavyweight out there. You've got to give him respect. I hate him as a man. He's not a man, in fact, he's a piece of rubbish. But that piece of rubbish can fight, and he can punch. You know, so we've got to get it right. And if it's down to me, it will be right.
And if and when the fight does go ahead, how do you expect it to go if Tyson is fully on his game? And do you expect the AJ fight to follow afterwards?
I think if he's on his A game, we get everything right, tick all the boxes, it'll be over within 5 rounds. It'll be a quicker job than last time. AJ, we should get him straight after. I'm not interested in anything. I wasn't even interested in Deontay Wilder. I'm still not interested in Wilder. But he's cropped up, he's a bump in the road, we've got to get through him. And he's not going to go away because the powers that be in America have said that he's entitled to the 3rd fight, which is absolutely rubbish. Absolutely rubbish. It's all mind games and politics again. So what we do, get him bumped off. We're on the AJ trail then, Anthony Joshua trail, and we're not going to come off it till we've got him. But he's got a sticky wicket to do and all.
Yeah.
AJ, that's not a foregone conclusion. You know, I tip AJ because he's big, strong, he's got a good boxing array. You know, and apart from Tyson, he's the best heavyweight. He is the 2nd best heavyweight in the world, I think. You know, it'd be a toss-up between him and Wilder. Because if Wilder landed on him, it would be a good night for him, he wouldn't recover. But he's the one with the belts, so you got to say he's the 2nd best, you know, and that's the fight we're looking at. We've just got to get rid of this American problem. And it's a problem, because he's out there, he's not under the watchful eye, he's around all his yes men when he gets out there, because when he gets off the plane in Las Vegas, you've got 200 yes men waiting for him, looking to get that from him, you know, because he's the Pied Piper, isn't he? You know, that's what he does. You know, people follow him around just to get what they can. Yes, Tyson, you're this, you're that, you're the best in the world, we love you. This kid's heard it all before in my life. They don't love you. They don't care about you. just want your money and your profile and to make their status bigger by being around you. Look at this gym here. This is no flash gym, is it? Probably one of the worst gyms you'll ever come in. But it's got the right essentials in here, all you need to make a champion. Because I do things properly. And I don't want all them fake plastic pretenders around me. Because you know that size 12 goes right up their backside. That's what happens when they're around me. Get down that road. What are you bringing to my son's table? If it's not relevant, you're gone. But Tyson's not like that. He just hasn't got that character. But I have. And you need people like me. Somebody's got to point the finger at the bad guy. And Tony Montana said that, didn't he, in the film Scarface? Pointed at me. But I am the bad guy because I'm getting that boot up the backside and down the road, gone. Because they're not relevant to his job. All they're is getting beat. He needs to work like we're working in here. One-to-one, select few people around him who we can trust, you know, work and work again and get it all right and shed blood, snot and tears in these gyms. And I don't see him doing that today. I watch him in America doing a minute on the pads and being talked to death afterwards. You know what they'll do? They'll do a minute's work and talk for 2 minutes. You know, and I've witnessed it firsthand and I've thought to myself, you know what? This ain't making sense to me. You know, and he sort of like lost his bit of movement what he had for my money. You know, he used to be elusive, he used to be awkward, coming at you from all different styles. He's gone a bit one-dimensional because what they're trying to do, they're concentrating too much on a knockout. And all of a sudden, what happens to crank fighters? They either knock their man out or they get knocked out themselves. And that's what I don't want to happen. So I say, look, mix the crank what you do best, mix the two together. Become a box fighter and do it in intervals. When the timing's right, fight him. And when the timing's wrong, box him. How can you lose that kind of mentality? But if you're in that man's field and you're doing what he does best and your head ain't moving and you're coming in straight lines and you're this, you're that, you're opening yourself up to a knockout, aren't you? And you can't do that with big, dangerous punches like Wilder. I say box his head off. Punch him up for 15 or 20 seconds every round. And if you know you've got him, unload on him. But until you know you've got him, box his head off. You know?
Yeah, I mean, if he had a repeat of the fight he fought last time, I mean,
yeah,
you've got to be happy with that.
I was happy with it, yeah. I was more than happy. But lightning never strikes twice in the same place. What you've seen then and what you see now is two different things. Because obviously his team are training to adjust what they did. They're making adjustments so that don't happen again. So we've got to make adjustments. And it's them adjustments I don't see him making in America. He'll make them here because we make them. But over in America, no. It's adjustments and timing with boxing, especially at world level. One mistake, it's over. And Deontay Wilder, if he gets it on you properly, you're in trouble. And we just don't want it to happen. But if he listens to me, which he probably won't, because I'll probably be no part of his camp again, because there'll be a big argument like there always is, and you'll get the smoke blowers, and they'll all get around him. All of a sudden I'll get parked up again, because I'm not glamorous. I don't run around in a Rolls Royce or nothing like that. But I do say it as it is, and I make sense in the fight game. And look at Tommy. Tommy, you know, does he need me, a raggle-taggle man like myself? You know, I don't do anything flash. I'm going from being a shepherd's hut to live in a shepherd's hut, but when I come in this gym, I know my believe me. And he knows that. You know, he'd say it myself. I said it, look, if I wasn't good enough, or I didn't think I could do it, and wasn't making the right kind of noises, move on, Tom, because I want him to win. I want him to the best he can possibly be. So if I didn't think I could do that, find somebody it is. But I've seen them all at work in 56 years. You've got to live to gain experience, and I've lived and gained loads of it, especially in the fight game. But we'll see. I'll chip away at Tyson, I'll get in his head, because what I do, I've got to plant the seed with Tyson, and then he'll think and think and think, hang on, my dad could be right. And then the ball's rolling. But he's here for 4 weeks anyway. He's here for 4 weeks, and if I've had my way, he'd do a lot longer than 4 weeks here. He'd be going out there for 10 days before, 2 weeks before, adjust and acclimatise with the hot weather, do your work here, under the watchful eye of people that know what they're doing. You know, that's what I say. And I hope he adheres to what I say. But if he doesn't, woe betide him. You know, it's up to him, it's on his head. But I always say, if I'd listened to my father, I'd have done no prison. I'd have been a better person. You know, I'd have been a lot more real than what I was when I was a young man. Instead of walking through walls, my dad told me to go round them. Don't walk through them, go round them or jump over them. I wouldn't listen. So my life was chaos. And I never learned that till I was 40 plus. And I don't want that case and scenario for him. So I've got to start listening, because I've made the mistakes for him. Me. I've dropped the ball many a time, you know, and do I regret it? Of course I do. But I tell you what I don't regret, the experiences give me, so I can pass it on, see, and they can learn off me, but only if you want to.
Great. Well, listen, John, thanks for giving up your time today. And
Been a pleasure, like always.
I know you're going back to see your granddaughter now, so
on the motorway now.
Give Tyson family our love, and yeah, God willing, everything's going to be on the up and up from now on.
Yeah, listen, it's been a pleasure working with BT Sport. You're a great crew. I get on with everybody here. And can I just say this again before I leave? Thanks to everybody who's donated. It's been a really good cause. Hold the Hay Children's Hospital. Keep donating, they need you. You know, let's all muck in together and make Alder Hay even better than what it is today. Thank you, Alder Hay, for saving my granddaughter's life. Thank you.